Joe Ryan pitched well for the Minnesota Twins today, but that was about all that went well for the Twins as they had a pretty embarrassing 7-0 loss to the Rangers at home. But Joe Ryan, this was his third longest start of the season, his seventh quality start of the season, which puts him in the lead for the Minnesota Twins. He moved past Sonny Gray with 6, and Devin Smeltzer also has 6 so far. So Ryan now in sole possession of that standing. Pitched well, and you might have noticed his velo was up in some of those highlights. Throwing very hard, so the ball coming out of his hand extremely well today. That's a great sign, especially for a rookie. Joe Ryan is still a rookie in late August here. There you see line. He only gave up 1 run while he was on the mound, but McGill gave up an inherited run. And you see for the second straight outing, Pagan was in mop-up duty. But the Twins, again, I mentioned, it was embarrassing. They only had 4 hits, no walks. 4 hits was all they had, and got shut out by the Rangers. Just a bad game for them. Dan Gladden and Cesar Tovar were inducted into the Twins Hall of Fame before the game, though, so that was good. Nice ceremony for those guys. And then some good injury news on Kenta Maeda, Bailey Ober, Trevor Larnach, Kyle Garlick. We should also be learning some more on Ryan Jeffers soon. So with those things trending in the right direction, we have a lot more to say about the minor leagues. I don't want to talk anymore about the way the Twins played, because there's some good stuff going on, including Simeon Woods Richardson's AAA debut. Nice to see him move up. He had a 3.06 ERA, 1.16 whip, and 9.8 strikeouts per 9 in 70 2/3 innings for Wichita in AA before moving up to St. Paul here. And in his debut, he goes 3 innings, gives up 4 hits, no walks, 4 strikeouts, does give up 3 runs on 1 swing of the bat, gives up a 3-run home run, unfortunately. But as you can see, really working well with his off-speed pitches and his changeup. I'll have to chart his pitches one of these starts. Just he throws a very low number of fastballs. But here you see, if a guy's sitting on one of those kind of big breaking balls and he leaves it over the plate, there was that 3-run home run, unfortunately. But the debut is out of the way for AAA for Simeon Woods Richardson, and now he can just kind of settle in. You see the Saints wearing these Captain America jerseys today, and Chris Williams, man, call this guy Captain Home Run, I guess. He now has 5 home runs in 9 games with the Saints. He's only played 9 games since getting promoted. He has 5 home runs. That gives him 23 on the year. And that's crazy because this is a guy who only had 3 home runs in 45 games last season, Chris Williams. So big breakout year. Jermaine Palacios also homered. This was his 13th home run of the season for him. So nice to see out of Palacios, who's getting a chance to play a lot of shortstop lately. It was kind of a place that was occupied by Royce Lewis during parts of the year and others. Matt Wallner, looking fitting in the superhero. Soto over here looks like he's wearing his dad's shirt or something, but Matt Wallner, a big, strong guy. And look at in the bottom of the tent. I mean, it didn't hit like a superhero, but it was a heroic walk-off single, right? Wallner almost looks kind of embarrassed at himself over it, but that gets it to whatever works, right? Whatever works. Saints walk it off, a victory for them. Moving on to AA Wichita. And Aaron Rozek also made his AA debut with the Wichita Wind Surge, Burnsville native. He went 4 innings, gave up only 1 run, and was helped out by this very nice play by Austin Martin here at shortstop. I've been very vocal about not believing that he'll stick at shortstop. I still feel that way, but he's been making, I think, some better plays this year than he had last year when I really kind of developed that mentality. I still think he's better suited at maybe second base or center field. But I think he could be good somewhere, just not at shortstop. Jair Camargo hit another home run, his 7th home run with Wichita, 13th on the year. And my favorite home run trot. He's got this Euro step thing going on. I love that out of him. He's got an 814 OPS on the year as a catcher, too. Austin Martin here. We're going to see a lot of Austin Martin in this one. He gets a run-scoring hit. Aaron Sabato we'll see a lot of in this highlight package, too. He stole this base. Aaron Sabato steals a base. Back to Martin. Again, we're kind of trading off. Really nice to see him hit a ball with some authority into the outfield. It's just one of the warning track. He's maybe one guy who it doesn't feel bad to say he has warning track power, because at least there's the power is in a compliment for him. And he comes around to score on an Aaron Sabato sac fly. So these guys were just in the middle of everything. More from those guys to come. And as you see, Austin Martin runs very well. We'll see that here. He reached on a fielder's choice, steals second base here on a pretty good pitch to throw on, and then just completely steals third off the pitcher in the same sequence of him being on base. And then later on in the game, Aaron Sabato crushes this home run to center field. So hopefully he's heating up. He heated up a lot at the end of last year. Hopefully we see him put another positive end to his season in 2022. Here's another look at that swing. Went out in the deepest part of the ballpark there. So good to see him just up in Double-A and making some noise. In Cedar Rapids, yet another debut. Jaylen Nowlin. I've been pronouncing his name incorrectly as Nowlin, which is how it's spelled, but it's Nowlin pronounced, I believe. Made his debut with the Cedar Rapids Colonels. He's a guy who came up a ton in my members only video, in which I just did a quick run through of some of the Twins leaders for minor league pitcher and hitter of the year. So obviously he came up in the pitcher conversation a ton. He had a 3.65 ERA and 14.14 strikeouts per nine. 14 strikeouts per nine for Fort Myers in 56 2/3 innings, and really shined in his debut here. Carried a no-hitter, I think, into either the 5th or the 6th inning. But either way, he went 6 innings, gave up 3 hits, 2 runs, 1 walk against 11 strikeouts. Walked 1 batter and struck out 11. Yeah, you have a good smile on your face when you're pitching that well. And this is a guy kind of in the same mold of like David Festa, in that just a complete kind of, to be honest, an afterthought from last year's draft class that, so many guys have been traded from that draft class now. But this is a guy in Nowlin who is 6'1", left-hander. He's 21 years old only because he was drafted out of junior college, 19th round pick out of Chipola Junior College in Florida just last year again. So he and Festa both later round picks, really shining. Both of them now, of course, with the Colonels. And, hopefully they can continue to shine and outperform their draft status, their draft stock. That would be huge because, again, so many draft picks from that last year's draft are gone. And this year's draft, top pick, Brooks Lee, homered. Again, his 2nd home run since joining the Colonels. So in 9 games, he has 2 home runs. He has a 900 OPS now. Brooks Lee in 9 games with Cedar Rapids. Nice to see him impacting the ball. Not a guy who really, sees himself much as a power hitter, but certainly a guy who can put the charge into one, especially if you put it into, it seems like this is really where he likes to get him out. That was his first home run, was also kind of in that area. Moving on to Fort Myers, they lost today 5-1. Misael Urbina continues to play really well. 2 for 3 with a walk out of him. He's hitting .313 with a 902 OPS. You see there, kind of got a late start in the year, but he's making up for it. Thank you so much to all the members, but here we see listed the premium members. Thank you all so much for your support. And if you're interested in further supporting the channel, you can go ahead and hit the join button you might see down there. But to everyone, thanks for watching this video, and we will talk again soon.